Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're looking to boost your productivity and get more done in less time, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into 10 productivity myths that are actually holding you back. Let's bust these myths and help you work smarter, not harder. Let's get into it. All right, myth number 1, multitasking increases productivity. This is one of the biggest misconceptions out there. So many of us believe that if we juggle multiple tasks at once, we'll get through them faster. But did you know that multitasking can actually reduce your productivity by up to 40%? Studies like one from Stanford University have shown that when we try to split our focus, our brains become less efficient. Think of it like this. Every time you switch between tasks, your brain has to reboot a little, which takes time and mental energy. Instead, try single tasking. Focus on one thing at a time, and you'll get through tasks faster and with fewer mistakes. If you have multiple projects, try time blocking to dedicate uninterrupted time to each task. Trust me, you'll feel a big difference. Myth number 2, you need to work long hours to be productive. This one's so common, especially in hustle culture, where people think they need to be grinding away day and night to succeed. But the truth is, quality over quantity matters much more. Take the research on shorter work weeks, like the recent 4-day workweek trials in Iceland and Japan. These studies found that reducing work hours led to higher productivity and even increased employee happiness. When people have more time to rest and recharge, they tend to be sharper and more focused during work hours. So instead of pushing yourself to work long hours, try setting limits and taking regular breaks. Working smarter might mean less time at your desk, but more quality output. On to myth number 3, being busy means being productive. Just because your schedule is jam-packed doesn't mean you're actually moving closer to your goals. Think about it. How often do we spend time on tasks that don't really matter? Answering emails, attending unnecessary meetings, or just doing busy work can make us feel like we're being productive. But these don't necessarily contribute to meaningful progress. Instead, focus on prioritizing. Each day, pick 2 or 3 tasks that align most closely with your main goals and concentrate on those. Ask yourself, is this task moving me forward? You'll feel more accomplished by focusing on quality tasks rather than just keeping busy. Myth number 4, you have to be a morning person to be productive. We've all heard about the power of a 5 a.m. wake-up, but that doesn't work for everyone. Our bodies have natural rhythms called circadian rhythms, which affect when we're most alert. Some people peak in the morning, but others are more focused in the afternoon or evening. Find your peak time. If you're more productive at night, schedule important tasks for then. Don't force yourself to work during someone else's ideal hours. Working with your body's natural rhythm can make a huge difference in your energy and focus. Myth number 5, you can't take breaks and still be productive. A lot of people think that taking breaks disrupts their flow, but it's actually the opposite. Try the Pomodoro technique. It's a method where you work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, take a longer break. This rhythm helps refresh your mind and prevent burnout. Studies show that regular breaks can improve focus, memory, and even creativity. So don't be afraid to step away for a bit. You'll come back more energized and productive. Myth number 6, you need a perfectly organized workspace to be productive. This one's interesting because while some people thrive in a neat environment, others are actually more creative in a bit of controlled chaos. Think of famous creatives like Einstein and Steve Jobs. Their desks were often messy, yet they did some of their best work there. Your workspace doesn't have to look like a Pinterest photo to be effective. Find a balance that works for you. If clutter is distracting, tidy up. If a little mess helps you feel inspired, embrace it. Your productivity isn't defined by how your desk looks. Myth number 7, productivity is all about willpower. People think that if they're not productive, it's just because they lack the drive or discipline. But productivity is often more about systems than sheer willpower. Instead of relying on willpower, try habit stacking. This is when you link a new habit to something you already do regularly. For example, if you want to journal daily, try doing it right after you brush your teeth in the morning. It makes the habit easier to maintain. Set up routines and use tools that help you stay on track. Things like to-do lists, timers, and habit trackers. Making productivity automatic means you don't have to constantly rely on willpower. And finally, myth number 8, technology always makes you more productive. Apps and gadgets are great tools, but they can also become major distractions. The key here is digital minimalism, using only the tools you actually need. Instead of downloading every productivity app, focus on one or two that genuinely help you manage tasks and keep you organized. Limit your tech use to what enhances your work and be mindful of distractions like constant notifications. Sometimes, simpler is better. Myth number 9, successful people don't need routines. Many people believe that the most productive, successful people just go with the flow or act spontaneously, but routines are actually a huge part of staying productive. Routines help create structure and minimize decision fatigue. Think about Steve Jobs or Oprah. They're known for having set routines to start their day. When you have a routine, you're not wasting mental energy figuring out what to do next. You're able to dive right into your tasks with focus. So, if you're looking to get more productive, try establishing a morning routine that sets you up for success. It could be as simple as making coffee, journaling, and planning out your top 3 tasks for the day. And finally, myth number 10, working under pressure leads to better results. Some people think that waiting until the last minute or putting themselves under pressure is a way to boost productivity and creativity. But this is rarely true. While a bit of urgency can help with motivation, constant pressure usually leads to rushed work, mistakes, and burnout. Studies actually show that stress can impair our ability to think clearly and make good decisions. Instead, aim to start projects early and break them down into manageable chunks. To keep things low stress, set mini deadlines for yourself. Tackle parts of a project over time rather than letting the pressure pile up at the end. And there you have it, 10 productivity myths busted. Remember, being productive isn't about squeezing every second out of your day. It's about focusing on what matters and doing it well. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more productivity tips. Let's all work smarter, not harder. See you next time.